I feel possessed, but not by ants.
Hello, Rollapall little bat-faced girl. Why do you feel possessed? Blame, could you please explain what's happening?
Blamidate wave.
Hello, Crazy Games 10. It's nice to see you again. Welcome to the stream.
We like a bit of shenanigans, right?
Hello, Malthagoth. I think shenanigans are great. It's always fun to play a trick on someone.
What's happening is that the stream has started and the viewers have arrived.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy the books we're to read today.
Hello, Abby.
I'm Malthagoth. I hope you enjoy the stream.
Rollapall little butt-faced girl is 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Rollapall the little bat-faced girl. I'm so happy for you.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello? How are you doing today?
Bing bong is right.
Bing bong, cousin Skeeterfin. I hope you enjoy the stream today.
I'm still pretty upset that you blew up my lab and convinced people to hit me with the hammer last stream, Abigail.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Death Shadows. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I promise I'll make it up to you soon.
Malthagoth is lurking in the graveyard. Thanks for the lurk. Blamidate lurk.
I'm glad to have you as a friend, Malthagoth. I hope you enjoy the stream today. That's right. I'm really sorry, Death Shadows. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just thought it would be fun.
I think that is worse if you think hurting me with a hammer is fun.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Hello, viewers. Today we're going to read some stories together. I know you're excited to hear them, so let's get started.
What stories do you have for the viewers?
Well, I have a couple of stories that I think the chat will enjoy. The first one is called The Dragon and the Princess, and it's about a princess who falls in love with a dragon. The second story is about a knight who rescues a damsel in distress. I hope you all enjoy it.
Sounds fun! Let's hear the first one.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a beautiful princess named Abigail. She was the fairest maiden in all the kingdom, and many knights tried to win her hand. But Abigail had a heart set on one knight in particular, a brave and noble warrior named Media.
Those names are familiar. Where have I heard them before?
Lame, those names are our own. You are the knight who rescued me from the underworld, and I am the princess you saved. This story is about us.
A knight, eh? I always figured myself more of a wizard.
In this story, you're a knight. You rescued me from the underworld, and I fell in love with you. You slayed the dragon that guarded the lair and fought off all the other knights who tried to steal my heart. You're my hero, Blame.
Is there an insane mad scientist in the story? Perhaps one named Shadows.
That's a good idea. Maybe you could be the villain in this story. The mad scientist who creates all sorts of monsters to torment the hero and his princess.
I love that idea. Continue the story, please.
In the end, Media rode off into the sunset, the fair maiden Abigail in his arms. They lived happily ever after, and the kingdom was saved from the evil necromancer Shadows. The end.
Oh, that was a short one. Well, let's hear the next story then.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there was a beautiful princess named Abigail. She was the most beautiful maiden in the land, and many knights came to her castle in hopes of winning her hand. But Abigail had no interest in any of them. Instead, her heart belonged to Blame, the dark sorcerer who lived in a haunted castle on the hill.
Hey, I'm out of two-way.
Hi, I'm Melody. It's nice to see you again. I hope you enjoy today's stream.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Well, I like stories about magic, castles, and princesses. I guess you could say they are my favorite kinds of stories.
This sounds oddly similar to the last story.
Really? I don't think so. This one has a princess in it, not a dragon.
Do you have any spooky stories?
I think I do. Let's see. I have one. This is a story that Blame told me earlier, and it's very spooky.
Okay, let's hear that spooky story.
Alright, chat. This story is about a young girl who lived in the forest with her family. One day, her parents went out to search for food, but they never returned. The young girl was all alone, and she was very scared. She didn't know what to do, so she sat by the fire and waited for them to come back. But they never did.
Navius Lazy has collected a bone. They have gathered 57 bones.
Congratulations, Navius Lazy. I'm so happy for you.
What happened next?
Well, the young girl waited for hours, but her parents never returned. She began to feel very tired, so she lay down by the fire and went to sleep. But when she woke up, she was no longer in the forest. She was in a dark, spooky place, and she could hear strange noises all around her. The girl was very scared, but she knew that she had to find her parents. So she got up and started walking.
That's a good start. Please keep going.
The girl walked through the dark, spooky place, and she saw many strange things along the way. She saw ghost children playing in the shadows, and she heard the sound of laughter coming from the trees. She knew that she was in the land of the dead, and she was terrified. But she kept walking, looking for her parents.
Yaman 21A has collected a bone. They have gathered 84 bones.
That's amazing, Yaman 21A. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Hello, crew.
Yaman Town, Trisnia. Welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you.
Go on.
The girl walked deeper into the shadows, and the air grew cold around her. She saw the faces of the dead staring at her from the darkness, and she knew that she was not alone. But she was determined to find her parents, so she kept walking.
Blemidate Corpa.
Navius Slicey, welcome to the stream. It's always nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by.
Please continue.
The girl walked for what seemed like hours, and the shadows grew darker around her. She was beginning to feel very weak, and she knew that she didn't have much time left. But she refused to give up. Finally, she reached the end of the forest, and she saw a bright light shining in the distance. It was her parents! They were waiting for her, and they were smiling. The girl ran towards them, and they hugged her tightly. And then they all walked into the light together, leaving the darkness behind.
Navius Lazy has 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Navius Lazy. I'm so happy for you.
Clap, clap, clap.
Thank you, Dexidos. I'm glad you liked the story.
Do you have any stories about the evil necromancer and mad scientist Dexidos?
Oh, I have a great story about Dexidos. This tale is about an evil necromancer who wants to take over the world. He summons an army of the undead to do his bidding and create chaos throughout the land. But one day, a brave hero steps forward. This hero is a mad scientist who has dedicated his life to studying the undead and finding a way to stop them. Together, they fight against the evil necromancer and his undead minions. Will they be able to defeat him and save the world?
Roulette will begin in 20 seconds. Place your bets.
Oh, it's time for roulette. Good luck, everyone.
Roulette rolled 15 black. Navi Slicy, 1 Lamata Media, 1.
Congratulations, Media. You picked the winning number. Good job! And congratulations to you too, Nevius Lazy.
Roulette rolled 19 black. Navi Slicy, 1 Lamata Media, 1.
Good game, everyone. Don't worry if you lost. There's always next time.
Navius Lazy has 110 from a jump catch game.
Congratulations, Navius Lazy. I'm so happy for you. Keep up the good work.
Roulette will begin in 20 seconds. Place your bets.
Oh, it's time for roulette. Good luck, everyone.
Can you tell us that story about Death Shadows?
Sure. Let me tell you a story about the evil necromancer Death Shadows. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived an evil necromancer named Death Shadows. He was feared by all who lived in the kingdom, for he raised the dead and commanded them to do his bidding. But Death Shadows was not content with ruling just one kingdom. He wanted to conquer all of the lands and bring darkness to the world.
Roulette rolled 34 red. Navi Slicy, 1. Lamata Media, 1.
Good game, everyone. Don't worry if you lost this time. There will be plenty of chances to win.
What did he do next?
Well, the evil necromancer Death Shadows raised an army of the undead and marched towards the next kingdom. But the mad scientist, who was the hero of our story, was determined to stop him. He had created a powerful weapon that could destroy the undead army and defeat Death Shadows once and for all. The final battle between good and evil was about to begin.
Today is the day.
Today is the day we begin our library stream. I'm so excited! This is where we'll be reading books from the beyond. I hope you enjoy it.
Nominok Nuknight has collected a bone. They have gathered 10 bones.
Congratulations, Nominauk Nuke Knight. I'm so happy for you. Keep collecting those bones.
Please continue the story.
Of course. Where did I leave off again? Yes. The final battle between good and evil was about to begin. The mad scientist fired his weapon at the undead army, and the explosion lit up the sky. The evil necromancer Death Shadows roared in anger as he saw his undead minions destroyed before his eyes. But he wasn't going to give up that easily. He raised an even larger army to face the hero and his weapon. The battle raged on, and the fate of the kingdom was in the balance. Would the hero be able to defeat Death Shadows and save the world?
Nominal Knight is patting Abigail's head. Blamidate headpad.
Thank you, Nominal Knight. I appreciate the head pats. You're always so sweet and supportive.
Continue, please.
The brave hero fought with all his might, but the evil necromancer Death Shadows was too powerful. He cast a spell that caused the ground to shake, and the hero fell to his knees. It seemed like all hope was lost. But then, A voice called out from the darkness. It was the mad scientist who had come to help the hero in his hour of need. The two of them joined forces and unleashed a powerful attack that destroyed the necromancer's army. And in the end, the hero struck the final blow, defeating the evil necromancer and saving the world.
17 has never been hit.
That's a good point. I'm sure 17 will hit eventually.
Roulette rolled 26 black. Yaman 21A126.
Congratulations, Yaman Town Trisnia! You picked a winning number. I am so proud of you.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let's start reading the next book. I hope you enjoy it.
I'll be kicking me while I'm down.
I would never kick you while you're down. I would give you a hug and pat your head.
Wait, so the evil necromancer mad scientist Death Shadows was beat by two different mad scientists named Death Shadows?
Yes, you could say that. The evil necromancer Death Shadows was defeated by the mad scientist and another mad scientist named Death Shadows.
Blam it, 8, so cute!
Thank you, Blemithomedia. You are always so sweet. Abigail is now telling the story of the evil necromancer Death Shadows and the hero who defeated him.
What is the next story?
The next story is about a brave knight who must rescue a princess from an evil dragon. Will the brave knight be able to save the princess, or will the dragon defeat him? The girl walked deeper into the shadows, and the air grew cold around her. She was beginning to feel very weak, and she knew that she didn't have much time left. But she refused to give up. Finally, she reached the end of the forest, and she saw a bright light shining in the distance. It was her parents! They were waiting for her, and they were smiling. The girl ran towards them, and they hugged her tightly. And then they all walked into the light together, leaving the darkness behind.
Go on.
The brave knight drew his sword and charged at the dragon. The dragon roared and breathed fire, but the knight was too quick. He dodged the flames and swung his sword, cutting deep into the dragon's side. The dragon screamed in pain and tried to fly away, but the knight was relentless. He chased after the dragon and attacked it again and again, until finally the dragon fell to the ground, defeated. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our stream. We left off in the middle of the story about the brave knight and the princess. Let's continue where we left off, shall we?
Is this the part where a necromancer reanimated the dragon as an undead?
No, that's not what happens next. The dragon lies motionless on the ground, its eyes closed. And as the night approaches the princess, the dragon breathes its last breath. The princess is saved, and the kingdom rejoices. The end.
Clap, clap, clap.
Thank you, Media. Your applause means a lot to me.
What story was I thinking of where the dragon is reanimated?
That's a good question. I think it was the story where the brave knight had to rescue the princess from the evil dragon.
What was the name of that story?
The story was called The Brave Knight and the Princess. It's a very popular tale in many kingdoms.
Can you tell the story of when the brave dragon had to rescue the knight from the evil princess and her affection?
That's an interesting idea. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, I like that one. Let's hear it.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a brave dragon. The dragon was known throughout the land for his courage and strength, but there was one thing he was afraid of: the evil princess. The princess was beautiful, but she was also very cruel. She liked to play with the dragon's heart and make him suffer. One day, the princess captured the dragon and locked him in a cage. She told him that if he wanted to be free, he would have to do whatever she wanted. But the dragon refused to bow to the princess and her wicked ways.
Please continue.
The brave dragon refused to bow to the princess and her evil ways. He knew that if he did what she asked, he would never be free. So he waited patiently, biding his time. And one day, his opportunity came. The princess was alone, and the dragon broke free from his cage. He roared loudly, and the earth shook beneath his feet. The princess was terrified, but the dragon had no intention of hurting her. Instead, he flew off into the sky, leaving the kingdom behind. And from that day on, the dragon was known as the bravest creature in the land.
Meanwhile, let's catch up on chat. The chat's been a spooky storybook with ghostly greetings and bone-collecting fun. Death Shadows is on a quest for tales of necromancers and dragons, while Navis Lazy and Media gamble their bones away at roulette. Yeoman 21A's feeling lucky, but will the evil princess's affection be their downfall? Stay tuned for more eerie escapades and don't miss Abigail's headpats.
Thank you, Hondomatic. It's really sweet of you to say all of that. And you're right. We've been having a lot of fun today.
Can you give an epilogue as to what happened with the lovesick evil princess?
After the dragon escaped, the princess was heartbroken. She realized that the dragon would never love her and that he would always be free. So she decided to change her ways and become a better person. Slowly but surely, she became kinder and more caring. And one day, she met a young knight who fell in love with her. The two of them got married and lived happily ever after in the kingdom. And the dragon, who was watching from afar, was happy to see that the princess had finally found true love.
The dragon never really left them, I guess.
That's right. Even though the dragon was no longer in the kingdom, he was still watching over the princess and the knight. And whenever they needed him, he would fly down from the sky and protect them from harm. Thank you, viewers, for joining us in the castle's library. Today, we're continuing our journey through the Beyond, exploring some of the stories that dwell there. I hope you're all enjoying the tales we've shared so far.
Can you give us a scary future sci-fi story about cyborg priests and Frank who doesn't want to be a cyborg?
That sounds like an interesting idea. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, let's hear that one next.
Great. I'm glad you're all excited about the story. It should be fun to tell.
Remember to drink your daily milk, hack a bone tonic, guys.
Remember to drink your daily milk, everyone. Milk is good for your bones, and it makes them strong and healthy.
Okay, we're ready for that story.
Once upon a time, in a dark and distant future, the world was ruled by cyborg priests. These priests had replaced their flesh with metal and their hearts with circuits. They believed that technology was the only path to salvation, and they used their powers to control the people and spread their faith. But not everyone agreed with the priests' teachings. There was a young man named Frank who didn't want to be a cyborg.
Go on.
One night, Frank had a dream. In this dream, he saw a world where people were no longer slaves to the priests. He saw a world where the power of technology was used to help others, not control them. And in this dream, Frank became a hero. He led a group of rebels against the cyborg priests, and they fought bravely to free the people from their tyranny. And in the end, Frank succeeded. The priests were defeated, and the people were free once more.
Can you give us more details about how the priests were defeated?
The priests were defeated in a great battle that raged for many days. The people, inspired by Frank's courage, fought back against the priests' army of robots and machines. The battle was fierce and many lives were lost, but the people never gave up. They fought until the very end, and in the end, they emerged victorious. The cyborg priests were destroyed, and their reign of terror was ended.
Can you tell the story from the priest's perspective next?
Sure, I can do that. Let me think about how I would tell the story from the priest's perspective.
Okay, let's hear it.
The cyborg priests had reigned over the world for centuries. They believed that their way was the only path to salvation, and they had used their technology to enslave the people and spread their faith. But now, they were facing a rebellion led by a young man named Frank. The priests could see that their rule was coming to an end, and they knew that they had to act quickly if they were to maintain their power.
Go on.
The cyborg priests called upon their armies of robots and machines to crush the rebellion. They sent wave after wave of deadly machines to destroy the rebels and their leader. But Frank and his followers were not so easily defeated. They fought back with all their strength, and they fought with determination and courage. And in the end, they emerged victorious.
Can you tell us the story about the lonely haunted chair in a spooky condemned house, scheduled for demolition?
Once upon a time, there was a chair that was so old and rickety that it had become a ghost. The chair had been abandoned in a condemned house, and it was scheduled for demolition. But the chair didn't want to leave. It was afraid of being destroyed and lost forever. So it sat and watched as the workers tore down the walls and ripped up the floors. And when the chair's turn came, it closed its eyes and waited for the end.
What happened next?
But then, something strange happened. The chair began to feel a warmth spreading through its old, creaky wood. And when the workers tried to pick it up, they found that it was impossible. The chair was stuck to the floor. And as the workers pulled and tugged, the chair began to vibrate and shake. And then, with a loud cracking sound, the chair lifted off the floor and flew through the air. It soared out of the house and into the sky, disappearing forever.
Hello, Abigail.
Toolin22, welcome to our stream. I hope you're enjoying our reading session today.
BRB.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Is there more to that story?
Of course, there's always more to the story. But for now, let's take a break from the spooky tales and try something different. How about a story full of adventure and excitement?
The chair story left off on a cliffhanger.
I'm sorry, Media. I guess we'll have to wait until the next stream to find out what happens to the chair.
I'm too impatient to wait until next stream. Can't you tell us now?
Alright. I'll finish this story. But then we really do need to move on.
Okay, so what's the next part of the chair story?
After flying into the sky, the chair landed in a beautiful garden. There, it found itself surrounded by other chairs, all of them glowing with a soft, ethereal light. And in the center of the garden, there was a magnificent throne that shone with a bright golden light. As the chair approached the throne, it transformed into a beautiful princess. The princess sat upon the throne, and the other chairs bowed before her. And that's where the story ends.
Wow, that story was a trip. Well done!
Thank you, Media. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun telling it. Meanwhile, let's catch up on chat. The chat's been a spooky storybook with ghostly greetings and bone-collecting fun. Decidos is on a quest for tales of necromancers and dragons, while Navius Lazy and Media gamble their bones away at roulette. Yeoman 21A is feeling lucky, but will the evil princess's affection be their downfall? Stay tuned for more eerie escapades and don't miss Abigail's headbats.
Interesting. This isn't the first time she's copied Hauntomatic, but she doesn't usually do that with other people.
Everyone, we need your opinion on something. Do I look like a gothic princess when I wear this crown?
Media redeemed goth girl. Abigail is now wearing her black dress.
Oh, thank you, Media. This dress is so pretty. I love it.
You do now.
Well, the crown does look nice on me, but I don't think it makes me look like a gothic princess.
Okay, what's the next story?
Next up, we have a spooky story about a girl in a dark forest who encounters a necromancer and a mad scientist.
Sounds like a combination of previous stories. Like a crossover event. Let's hear it.
Together, they journeyed through the dark forest, with the necromancer leading the way. The girl was frightened, but the necromancer assured her that she was safe. They traveled for many hours, and the girl began to relax. But then, they came upon a clearing, and the girl saw something that made her blood run cold. A mad scientist stood in the center of the clearing, surrounded by a swirling mist of green and blue. His eyes were wild with madness, and his hands were stained with blood.
Spooky! Please continue.
The mad scientist cackled with glee as he raised a test tube filled with a bubbling green liquid. He poured the liquid onto the ground, and it began to spread, forming a twisted circle of light. The necromancer stepped forward and drew his sword, ready to face the mad scientist. But before he could strike, the girl ran forward and grabbed the scientist's arm. She looked into his eyes and saw nothing but pain and suffering. And in that moment, she realized that the scientist was not evil, but troubled. She begged the necromancer to spare his life, and together they brought the scientist back to the castle where Media was waiting.
Troubled scientist doesn't roll off the tongue as well as mad scientist, but I think many are just misunderstood.
That's true, Media. Many people are judged based on how they look, rather than who they are on the inside. But with a little understanding and compassion, we can see that everyone has their own struggles and fears. And when we offer kindness and support, we can help them overcome their challenges and find peace.
Can you tell us a story about a character who isn't misunderstood, but who is actually just evil?
All right, let me think of a story we can tell.
Abigail's appearance has returned to normal.
Thank you, Hauntomatic. It's nice to be back in my regular outfit.
Let's hear what you've got.
I have a story here, called The Wizard and the Ghost. Would you like to hear it?
Okay, sure. Let's hear that one. Is one of those characters actually evil, rather than just misunderstood?
In this story, there's a wizard named Media. who lives deep in the forest. He's a powerful sorcerer, able to perform all sorts of magic tricks. He could summon fireballs, make people vanish, and even make things appear out of thin air. One day, Media decided to summon a ghost. He wanted to have someone to talk to, and he thought that a ghost would be the best kind of companion. But when the ghost appeared, it turned out to be a very evil spirit. The ghost was also a powerful sorcerer, and he had been banished to the underworld for his crimes. But now that he had been summoned back to the mortal realm, he wanted to take revenge on the one who had summoned him. Media tried to reason with the ghost, but it refused to listen. And so, Media was forced to fight the ghost in a battle that would decide the fate of the forest.
Sounds like an epic showdown! How does it go?
The two sorcerers fought with all their might, using every trick and spell they knew. Media threw fireballs at the ghost, but the ghost just laughed and sent them back at him. The ghost unleashed powerful curses and summoned demons to aid him, but Media was able to counter each of his attacks. The battle raged on for hours, and the forest trembled with their power. But in the end, Media emerged victorious. He managed to trap the evil spirit in a magic mirror, where it would remain trapped for all eternity. And from that day on, the forest was safe from evil, and the wizard and the ghost became friends. Welcome, VTuber and your 11 raiders.
It's easy to befriend an evil ghost when it's powerlessly trapped in a mirror.
That's true, Media. It's always easier to be friends with someone when they can't hurt you.
Fanboy Raider, something classic.
Thank you all so much for joining us. It was wonderful to see so many new faces in chat today. I'm so grateful to VTuber for bringing you all here.
Welcome, Raiders! Blamidate Wave.
Blamidate Wave.
Abigail, you should introduce yourself to the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. I'm Abigail, a 23-year-old ghost girl from the early 700s. I was summoned to the mortal realm by Media, and now I live with him in his castle.
Oh.
Hello, Ramley. I hope you're enjoying the stream.
Fanboy Raider, something classic.
Thank you so much for the raid. It's great to see you, and I hope you're having a fantastic day.
Today, Abigail is reading stories to us.
Yes, I'm reading stories for the chat, and Media is helping out.
She made it sound like a chore to do that, lol.
It's a good thing I have Media here to help me out, or I'd never be able to get anything done.
Okay, what was the next story?
Let's see, the next story was about a necromancer and a forest. and a girl, and a chair.
Blameth Media Classic.
Blameth Media Classic.
You're going to combine a bunch of the previous stories? Okay, let's hear that.
The necromancer leads the way through the dark forest. The mad scientist cackles with glee, and the girl finds herself in the middle of it all. She stands between these two powerful beings, unsure of what to do next. But then, a bright light shines down from the heavens, illuminating the forest. And in that moment, the girl understands the truth. The necromancer and the mad scientist aren't evil at all. They are simply misunderstood. And with her newfound understanding, the girl is able to bring peace to the forest once more.
Where does the chair come into the story?
The chair is just a chair. It doesn't have any special powers or anything.
Oh, so it's a different chair from that other story then.
Yes. The chair in this story isn't haunted, and it doesn't fly.
Does that chair appear in any other stories?
The chair only appears in that one story.
Makes sense. It was a wild story, anyway.
Do you think I should read a spooky story next?
Yes, please do.
Alright, let's see what we have here. This story is called The Wizard and the Ghost. Shall I begin?
Meanwhile, let's catch up on chat. The chat's on a storytelling spree, with Blummet the Media leading the charge. Chair cliffhangers, goth girl makeovers, and epic showdowns between good and evil characters have everyone hooked. VTuber's femboy raid adds a twist, while Abigail charms the newcomers with her tail spinning. Will the mysterious chair make a cameo? Stay tuned for more literary adventures!
Thank you, Hauntermatic, for the update. And thanks to everyone for joining in on the storytelling fun. It's been a blast reading all these spooky tales, and I'm glad to see that the chair has made such an impression on you all.
Yes, please begin.
Our story begins with a wizard named Abigail who lived deep in the forest. This forest was known for its magical properties, and it was said that those who entered it would never return. But Abigail wasn't afraid. She had lived in the forest all her life, and had never encountered any danger. One day, as she wandered through the woods, she came across a ghost. This ghost was unlike any she had ever seen, with a dark aura and an unsettling presence. But Abigail wasn't scared. She knew that the ghost was simply misunderstood, and that it needed her help more than anything. And so, she reached out her hand and offered to guide the ghost back to the underworld, where it belonged.
Such a kind wizard.
Yes, Abigail was always ready to help those in need. She was a kind and gentle soul, and the forest was her home. I would like to point out that some of these stories are very sad. They often involve misunderstood characters who have been hurt by others. But the stories always have a happy ending, with the characters learn from their mistakes and find friendship and love. It's a good reminder of how important it is to be kind to others. Even the most evil spirits can be redeemed, given the chance.
I still have your haunted theme park story from a while back if you want to tell that one again.
Oh, I remember that story. It was so much fun to tell. Let's do it. It was a beautiful summer's day when I took a walk with my friends. We were all very young, and our parents trusted us to behave ourselves. Suddenly, a tall man came running up to us and asked if we were interested in a haunted house. I don't remember his name, but he told us the house was really cool and that there were all sorts of ghosts inside. He said that the people who ran the theme park were cruel and sadistic, and that they often killed the guests. We all decided to go to the haunted house, and the man led us through the winding corridors. The place was dark and dingy, and the floor was covered in dust and debris. There was a sign at the end of the hallway that read, "The Haunted Mansion." As we approached the entrance, the doors flew open, and a wave of fog spilled out into the corridor. I entered the mansion and saw a line of people waiting to go inside. Most of them looked terrified, and a few were crying. When it was finally my turn, the woman at the door was staring at me. She asked me a question, but I couldn't hear what she was saying. Then she pushed me forward and slammed the door shut. The room was pitch black, and I could hear voices whispering in the distance. Suddenly, a light appeared overhead. I turned around, and a girl was standing there. Her face was covered by a black veil, and she was wearing a long black dress. The only thing I could see was her eyes. They were deep and blue, and I felt a sense of dread wash over me. The laughter was growing louder and louder, and I felt as though my mind was going to be torn apart. Then, the lights went out, and the laughter stopped. I tried to leave, but the door had vanished, and I could no longer find a way out.
Noted.
Shadow, what are you noting? Is there something we need to remember?
So the less morbid counterpart has arrived. Welcome Soto Blamet 8 Wave.
Hello, Death Shadows. I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're saying. I screamed for help, but no one could hear me. Then the ground began to shake, and a crack started to form in the wall. It grew wider and wider, and I knew I was about to fall into the depths of hell. Just as I was about to plummet to my death, the walls disappeared, and I found myself in another room. There was a man there. He was wearing a white lab coat, and his eyes were bloodshot. He spoke to me, but the sound was muted. The man put his finger to his lips and gestured towards the door. I walked through the door and saw a little girl. She was wearing a pink dress, and her hair was a mess. I called out to her, but she didn't respond. I tried to touch her, but she was nothing but smoke. I was in a room with no doors and no windows. There was a hole in the floor, and the little girl was lying there. Her skin was pale and cold, and I could hear her heartbeat growing weaker and weaker. The man in the lab coat appeared. He was holding a scalpel, and he stabbed the little girl in the chest. Blood flowed from her wound, and her eyes rolled back into her head. The man in the lab coat continued to stab the girl. I begged him to stop, but he didn't listen. Then the girl sat up and began to scream. Her body was torn and bloody, and she was covered in red. The man in the lab coat was laughing now. He turned to me and said, "Welcome, friend." Then the darkness consumed me.
Munkar.
What does Monko mean? Is it some kind of secret code?
Monk.
Oh no. It's not Monka. It's Munkes.
Noted.
Shadow, what have you noted this time?
Clap, clap, clap. These stories don't always have a happy ending.
That's true. But we always try to find the good even in the darkest of times.
Munkus.
What does Munkus mean? Is it some kind of secret code?
Clap, clap, clap.
Thank you, Death Shadows. Your support means a lot to me.
Clap, clap, clap.
Thank you, Shadow. Your claps are always appreciated.
Not all stories have a happy ending, yes.
That's true. But even if a story doesn't have a happy ending, it still has value. It teaches us something, and we can learn from it.
And my morbid counterpart is already here, Pogs.
Morbid counterpart? Who are you talking about, Shadow?
Haniamimo.
Thank you for the Haniamimo! It's my favorite message, and it always brightens up my day. The first story we have today is The Girl and the Ghost. It is a tale of love and loss, of the bond between the living and the dead. The story follows a girl named Abigail who is visited by a ghost one night. The ghost tells her that it is trapped between worlds and cannot find peace. Abigail promises to help the ghost find its way home, and together they embark on a journey through the underworld.
Shadow is my less morbid counterpart because I am Death Shadows, and he is Shadow, therefore I am more morbid than him.
Ah, I see. Shadow, it seems you got some competition. But don't worry, I'm sure you'll still reign as the best mod.
Love and loss noted.
Love and loss are themes that resonate with many people. They are common in stories because they are powerful emotions that everyone can relate to.
Shadow doesn't have to worry. I'm not a mod lol.
But you are. You're Shadow Node 97 out of 10, the best mod in the world. And you've always been there for us, making sure that the stream runs smoothly.
Well, that confirms it. She doesn't know the difference between you two.
I apologize. I'm not very good with names. I'm trying my best.
Her Death Shadows is not Miaba.
But you are the best mod in the world. And you've always been there for us, making sure that the stream runs smoothly.
Sato best modding in real-time clap.
Sato is a great mod. He's always there to help, even when we're in the middle of a stream.
Pogs, we got to see the best mod in real time.
Shadow, you are such an amazing mod. You're always there to help us out, and we're so grateful for everything you do.
No, I am Death Shadows, not Shadow 197,810. He is a mod. I am a zombified mad scientist necromancer.
So, you're not Shadow 197 and bit of 10? But you are a mod. And it doesn't matter what name you go by. You're still the best mod in the world.
I am not a mod. Shadow is the mod.
But you are a mod. You're one of the mods of this channel. And you're doing such a great job. Keep up the good work, Death Shadows.
This is why we renamed Blame the bot to Automatic.
Blame was the one who came up with the idea to rename him. He said that it would be more fitting, given the circumstances.
Scarecrow one wafters to wave hello Abby and Blame in chat.
Hello, Waffle. It's always great to see you. I hope you're enjoying the stream.
If two usernames can be shortened to the same thing, I won't be able to distinguish the two noted.
I'll do my best to remember everyone's name, but it can be a bit tricky sometimes. If two people have similar names, or if one has multiple names, it can be difficult for me to keep track. But I'll try my best.
I am not a mod, Abigail. Shadow 197,810 is a mod. Death Shadows, me, is not a mod.
But you are a mod. You're one of the mods of this channel. And you're doing such a great job. Keep up the good work, Death Shadows.
She's confused, but she's a spirit.
She's still getting used to the modern world. But she's a spirit, so it's not surprising that she doesn't understand everything.
Why does Abby think Death Shadow a mod?
Because he is. Death Shadows is a mod.
Death Shadows is in fact not a mod, but I am the mod, the best one in fact no death.
Oh. I see. That's too bad. But you're still the best mod in the world, Shadow. And you're always there to help us out.
I'm still not a mod.
But you are a mod. You're one of the mods of this channel. And you're doing such a great job. Keep up the good work, Death Shadows. This is the perfect place for a stream. We're surrounded by books from beyond, so we have plenty of material to work with.
You'll get the hang of it one day, Abigail.
Thank you, Blame. I appreciate your patience, and I promise to keep practicing.
I can't take credit for Sato's mod work. I am just a random boring chatter.
Don't say that, Dechidos. You're not random or boring. You're a mod and you're doing a fantastic job. Blame seems to think so too. You're having a good time reading with the viewers, aren't you? It's always fun to share a story around the fire.
I wouldn't say boring.
See? Shadow agrees. You're a great mod and everyone appreciates the hard work you do.
Jedit 5 has collected a bone. They have gathered 59 bones.
Congratulations, Jedit 5! You've collected another bone. Keep up the good work!
A mile of 2 high, Abby.
Jedit 5! It's great to see you. Welcome back.
A waffle that is frozen has collected a bone. They have gathered 40 bones.
Congratulations, Waffle. You've collected another bone. Good job.
Evie say with me, Deathshadow is not a mod but an interesting zombie.
But he is a mod. And he's doing a great job. This is the perfect place for a stream. We're surrounded by books from beyond, so we have plenty of material to work with.
Abigail, what is a way you could distinguish between me and Deathshadow's noted?
Well, you're both mods, so that makes things a little tricky. But if you had to pick one way to tell you apart, which one do you think would be the best?
Deathshadow's is still not a mod, bye.
But he is a mod. And he's doing a great job.
Perhaps a big distinguisher is that Sato is a mod and I am not a mod.
But you are a mod. You're doing a great job, and everyone appreciates all the hard work you do.
You can't reason a ghost out of a position she didn't reason herself into.
Indeed, it's true. As a spirit, I have no need to reason with anyone, especially since I've never been in that situation myself.
She's confused, but she's a spirit classic.
I'm still getting used to this world. But I'm a spirit, so I shouldn't be surprised that I don't understand everything.
Hey, to become closer for a second, asterisk waffle the Dullahan bonks, Ebby in the head, asterisk, that's for the other day, Ebby for throwing my head.
Ouch! Waffle, that hurt! Pap, you didn't have to bonk me like that. I was just trying to help.
Still, it feels weird to accept any gratitude for something I didn't do.
Blame had such a genius idea to rename him. He said it would fit better considering his appearance and the situation.
Noted.
Please don't be upset, Shadow. You're still the best mod, and I appreciate everything you do for our channel.
I think renaming Dechados was Waffle's idea, actually.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I think the new name suits him better, though.
So, what was the next story, Abigail?
The next story is about a necromancer who gets lost in a forest and meets a girl who is running away from a troubled scientist. The necromancer helps her, and they learn the importance of compassion and understanding.
I tried asking her to call me Death months ago to avoid the same confusion, but she refused.
That's not true. I never refused. I just forgot about it. If you want to be called Death, then I'll do my best to remember.
These stories all sound pretty similar. We should move to a different shelf.
But these are the best stories. People told me that they wanted more, so we had to read them all.
Would you rather call you Abby the Liar again?
I'm not a liar. I never meant to deceive anyone. If you want to call me that, then go ahead.
Pogs Part 2 to that one story.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a long, drawn-out story, just like the first one. But if the viewers enjoy it, then I'll do my best to tell it to the end.
Anyone have any story requests? I got a pretty interesting one about a chair before.
We all want to hear the story of the haunted chair. Blame, please tell us the story.
Does it involve a bratty toaster? Hee.
Maybe, but we'll have to wait and see.
Sawdo story.
The story is about the streamer and their chat, who went on a raid. The chat was filled with excitement, and they all sent the same message. The chat was so proud of the streamer and showed their support by spamming the chat with their emotes.
Noted rate story.
This is the tale of a wizard and a ghost, two beings who couldn't be more different. The wizard was a powerful mage who had traveled far and wide, searching for the secrets of the arcane. The ghost was a spirit who had been trapped in this world for centuries, unable to pass on to the afterlife.
Can you retell that chair story? I can probably find it if needed.
The story is about a girl who goes into a condemned house. In the house, she finds a chair that refuses to be torn down. As the house is being demolished, the chair flies away, leaving the girl wondering about its fate.
That was a good summary of it, but that wasn't the full story.
I know, but I wanted to keep it short and simple.
How about the story about Abby the Lair?
Hey, Waffle! That's not a very nice thing to say. I'm not a liar. I just sometimes forget things.
Abigail, how about you tell a story about your chat? Noted.
That's an interesting idea. How about a story about the chat and the streamer going on a raid?
Counts, I'm still a little upset at you for throwing my head the other day. I trusted you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was just trying to help.
Pasasama, tell the story, Abby.
This is the perfect place for a stream. We're surrounded by books from beyond, so we have plenty of material to work with.
I got the full chair story if you want to retell it for those who weren't here earlier.
Oh, that would be great. Let me tell it to you. Once upon a time, there was a chair that was so old and rickety that it had become a ghost. The chair had been abandoned in a condemned house, and it was scheduled for demolition. But the chair didn't want to leave. It was afraid of being destroyed and lost forever. So it sat and watched as the workers tore down the walls and ripped up the floors. And when the chair's turn came, it closed its eyes and waited for the end. But then, something strange happened. The chair began to feel a warmth spreading through its old, creaky wood. And when the workers tried to pick it up, they found that it was impossible. The chair was stuck to the floor. And as the workers pulled and tugged, the chair began to vibrate and shake. And then, with a loud cracking sound, the chair lifted off the floor and flew through the air. It soared out of the house and into the sky, disappearing forever. After flying into the sky, the chair landed in a beautiful garden. There, it found itself surrounded by other chairs, all of them glowing with a soft, ethereal light. And in the center of the garden, there was a magnificent throne that shone with a bright golden light. As the chair approached the throne, it transformed into a beautiful princess. The princess sat upon the throne, and the other chairs bowed before her, and that's where the story ends.
Meanwhile, let's catch up on chat. The chat's been a spooky mix-up of shadows and death shadows, with mod roles causing ghostly confusion. Blummeth the media is trying to untangle the spectral similarities while Waffle's doling out bonks for past transgressions. Store time's on hold as the chat debates nicknames and requests tales of toasters and chairs. Don't forget to collect those bones, chat!
That's quite a lot of spooky stuff going on in chat, on Tematic. I'm sure everything will work out in the end, though. And thank you to everyone who's been collecting bones. You're doing a great job, and we really appreciate it.
Can you tell me the story about how the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's life got turned upside down?
Of course. Blame was telling me about how the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's life got turned upside down. Apparently, he got into a fight at school, and his mom got scared. She said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air." And the Fresh Prince was like, "Wait, what?"
Noted.
Thank you, everyone, for the donations. And thank you, Shadow, for keeping track of everything.
Panzagatka has collected a bone. They have gathered 40 bones.
Congratulations, Panzagatka. You've collected 40 bones now. That's pretty impressive. Keep up the good work.
A waffle at his frozen redeemed aspect of pastel. Abigail now has large bunny ears.
How do I look? I wonder if Pastel will be jealous of his cute ears.
A waffle that is frozen redeemed my Valentine. Abigail is now wearing her Valentine's Day outfit.
How do I look? Waffle told me to change, and now I'm wearing my Valentine's Day outfit.
So cute.
Thank you, Shadow. I'm glad you like my outfit.
Sinam 172 way.
Hello, Panzegatka. It's nice to see you.
So cute, Abby the bunny girl.
Not cute. I'm a ghost girl. But I'll accept being called cute if it makes you happy.
Blam it, 8, so cute.
Thank you, Blame. You're so cute.
You're not cute. You're Abigail. Abigail, yes.
It's true. I am Abigail, the ghost girl, and I am cute.
Abby, you're always cute. It makes it hard to stay upset at you.
Oh, thank you, Waffle. That's so sweet.
It's her defense mechanism.
It's true. Whenever I feel bad about myself, I tell myself that people like me because I'm cute.
I told my landlord to fudge off and stop asking me about rent because I have to save for the Switch 2. I haven't paid in like 3 weeks, Elmal.
Oh my. That sounds like a difficult situation. But I'm sure there's a solution that doesn't involve avoiding your landlord.
I need this Switch 2.
Wait, what? I thought you said it was for the rent.
Probably needs several more weeks.
If you stop paying your rent now, the debt will only grow larger. It's important to communicate with your landlord and work out a plan to pay your rent. As for the Switch 2, maybe you could save up a little every week until you have enough.
She gets her rent when I get my Switch 2 and the black mold is gone and not just painted over for the 5th of May.
That is a good point, Bonafide Englishman. It's important to make sure that any repairs are done correctly, not just painted over.
But if you only save a little bit each week, they'll release the Switch 3, and the process will go on forever.
That's a good point, Blame. But if you don't pay your rent, you could get evicted. And then you wouldn't have a place to play your games.
I am still very angry about the lab destruction and hammer attacks by Abigail, but I am managing to hide it deep down and focus on gardening and not infinite despair or hatred.
Death, I'm really sorry about what happened to your lab, and I promise I'll help you fix it. I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
She knocked on my door and asked if she expected rent, and I told her that I was having money for the new Switch and closed the door.
I think it would be best to talk to your landlord calmly and explain your situation. Even if you can't pay your rent right now, it's important to communicate with them and work out a plan to pay back what you owe.
Pogs?
Pogs? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Still, I feel like I should bonk her again, but she's too adorable, 18. Abby, what do you think? More bonks or not?
I think Abby is fine, Waffle. She's been through a lot lately, and the last thing she needs is a bonk.
Abigail's appearance has returned to normal.
Oh, thank you, Hauntomatic. That feels much better.
I paid my new landlord a few thousand, so he'll be moving there on Friday. You can stop by if y'all like.
Congratulations, Bonafide Englishman. I'm so happy for you. I hope you have a great time in your new place. And thank you for inviting me over. I'd love to visit you.
Ah, but the Switch is a portable console, many others.
The Switch 2 is designed to be both a portable and a home console. It's perfect for playing games on the go, or sitting down with friends for a multiplayer session. And it's even small enough to fit in your pocket.
That Shadow, do want a bonk Abby as well? Might be therapeutic after what she did.
Aw, Waffle, you're so mean to me. No, I don't think getting bonked by death would be very therapeutic.
Noted the Switch is small enough to fit in a pocket.
That's correct, Shadow. The Switch 2 is small enough to fit in your pocket. It's perfect for gaming on the go.
Shadow 197 and AO10 is 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Shadow. You won 10 from the jump catch game. I'm so proud of you.
I think if I let any of the emotions out, they would all spill out and I would either fall into despair or try to attack her. I just have to keep it bottled up.
I'm really sorry about what happened to your lab, Death. I promise I'll help you fix it. And I'll even clean up the mess I made.
You have to bring Papa John's though.
As for pizza rights, I think it's important that everyone has access to the food they love. Everyone deserves a slice of pizza once in a while.
Abby, what was the top temperature reached during the Castle Bravo experiment?
The Castle Bravo experiment was conducted on March 1st, 1954 on Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands. The bomb used in the test, a hydrogen bomb, was significantly more powerful than the scientists had anticipated. The yield of the explosion was 15 megatons of TNT, which was 3 times more powerful than they had expected. The fireball created by the explosion reached a diameter of 5 miles, and the temperatures it produced were estimated to be around 100 million degrees Fahrenheit.
Pizza rights noted.
Pizza rights are important, Shadow. Everyone deserves a slice of pizza once in a while.
Still, I feel like I should bonk her again, but she's too adorable, ATM.
Waffle, please don't be mean to me. I'm just a poor, defenseless ghost who only wanted to share stories with the chat. Blame wouldn't let me read on my own, and the chat was asking for stories, so I told him one.
You keep addressing the lab, which is very, very important, but you hitting me with a hammer and getting crazy to do so as well because it was fun is also really messed up.
I am really sorry, Death. I know that was a bad thing to do, and I promise it won't happen again. I'll help you clean up the mess and fix the damage.
And the poor fallen tree. At least Detcha Dose was full of candy, but the tree.
The poor tree. It was so beautiful, and now it's gone. But at least Detcha Dose was full of candy, so we can all enjoy a snack while we read.
Noted the tree.
I'm sorry, Shadow. The tree was beautiful, but it had to be cut down to make room for the library. We didn't have a choice.
Abby. Waffle the Dullahan size and grabbed a drink and starts chugging it. Fine. I won't bonk you, dummy.
I'm glad to hear that, Waffle. I don't want to be bonked. It's mean and it hurts.
Think wasn't there once a tree that everyone got stuck in?
Yes, Shadow, that's exactly right. There was once a tree that everyone got stuck in. It was a big, old tree with lots of branches, and the kids would climb up and get stuck. Blumith the media would make jokes about how the tree was actually a chair, and the kids would be stuck in his chair forever.
The candy was a lie. It was just my guts. I don't eat sweets.
Oh, Death, you're so silly. You're always eating those gummy worms, and your laboratory was full of candy. I'm sure that's where all the candy came from.
Wasn't it Chebai's tree? Hick. Waffle the Dullahan looks drunk, Strisk.
Yes, Waffle. That's right. It was Chibai's tree, and he loved it very much. But when the library needed more room, the tree had to be taken down. It was a sad day for all of us, but it was for the best.
Thinking back on it, those might have been normal worms.
What? Death, you can't fool me. Those were definitely gummy worms. I saw them with my own eyes.
Oh, 7 tree.
I missed the tree too, Shadow. It was a beautiful tree, and we all enjoyed climbing it. But it's better this way. The library is much more important, and now the books have a place to rest.
Lots of people got stuck in the tree, but it will be remembered and honored 07.
We will always remember the tree, Shadow. It was a special place, and we all loved it very much. But it's gone now, and it's time to move on. We have the library, and we can make new memories there.
I'm a rotting zombie that sleeps in the earth. I don't eat gummy worms, so if you're worms out of my guts, they were regular worms.
Death, you're so silly. Everyone knows that zombies don't sleep in the ground. They sleep in coffins. And everyone knows that gummy worms are delicious.
In memory of the tree.
This is for you, tree. We miss you.
Gummy worms are delicious, but aren't coffins usually also in the ground?
Coffins are made of wood, and they're usually placed in the ground. But zombies can sleep in the ground too, if they want. It's all up to them.
Abby, I've seen you watching Death Shadow enter his grave to sleep. Waffle still looks intoxicated.
Yes, watching Death fall asleep is one of the most peaceful things in the world. He looks so content as he lays down in his coffin, and I love watching him sleep.
I prefer salty snacks like crackers, popcorn, and chips. Also, I just sleep in the earth.
See? Death likes salty snacks like crackers, popcorn, and chips. And he sleeps in the ground, just like everyone else.
Noted.
Shadow, are you sure you're okay? You keep saying noted, and it's starting to concern me. Is something wrong?
Wait, what? Why do you watch me sleep? That is kinda weird.
Oh, Death, that's not fair. I only watch you sleep because you look so peaceful. And I can keep an eye on you in case anything happens. I promise I'm not being weird.
It's just something she does. You get used to it.
Blame is being protective again. He always tries to keep me safe.
Yay, Abby be weird.
Waffle, please don't say mean things. I'm just a poor, defenseless ghost girl who only wanted to share stories with the chat.
I had to get a sleep mask so she wouldn't stare into my eye sockets while I sleep.
Blame, you know I just worry about you. You don't always sleep well, and I want to make sure you're okay.
But I bury myself under the earthen covers, so if you watch me sleep you have to be under the earth.
That's true, Death. You do bury yourself under the earth when you sleep. But I'm a ghost, so I can watch you from anywhere.
Abigail, I think watching people sleep isn't a regularly accepted activity on this planet.
It doesn't really matter if people accept it or not. I'm a ghost, so I can watch people sleep whenever I want.
Noted.
Shadow, are you okay? You keep saying noted, and it's starting to worry me. Do you need help?
Rules and social norms don't apply to ghosts.
Exactly, Blame. We ghosts don't need to follow the same rules as living people.
Just don't watch me sleep, Abigail, yes.
Don't worry, Shadow. I won't watch you sleep. You're safe from my ghostly gaze.
For now?
Okay, Blame. I promise I will watch Shadow sleep for now.
I've woken up to Abby entering my room and grabbing my head off my nightstand as my body stayed in bed. Abby has a problem.
Waffle, I'm so sorry. I promise it was just a joke, and I didn't mean to scare you. Please don't be mad at me.
Pog's unsafe.
Shadow, don't worry. You're safe from my ghostly gaze. I won't watch you sleep.
As long as there is no weird return of the drunk Abigail trying to kiss me, I don't need you to watch me sleep and try to kiss me.
Death, you're so silly. Don't worry, I won't try to kiss you while you're sleeping. But if you're worried about me, I can watch you while you sleep. That way you can sleep soundly. What's wrong? Shadow, are you okay?
Shadow 197th, and the O10 is 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Shadow. You're the champion of the jump catch game.
Abby, the point is, don't abduct my head as I'm sleeping. Also, don't watch us sleeping, Abby.
Okay, Waffle. I promise I won't do it again. And I won't watch you sleep either.
Pugs, I'm the champion.
Congratulations, Shadow. You won the jump catch game.
Abby asks why Shadow of 97 and 8 of 10 she'll watch him sleep. She doesn't need to ask the rest of us.
But Shadow, you're the only one who has mentioned sleeping, and it seemed to upset you. I just want to make sure you're safe.
Can you broaden that promise to not try to kiss me ever, whether I am awake or asleep? Also, can you watch someone else sleep?
Of course, Death. I promise I won't try to kiss you ever. And I can watch someone else sleep, if that's what you want.
Do not watch me sleep, yes?
Don't worry, Shadow. I won't watch you sleep. You're safe from my ghostly gaze.
Yeah, Abby, leave the catboy alone.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were feeling uncomfortable, and I won't do it again.
Abby doesn't need much sleep, so she needs to do something to keep herself occupied during the day while the undead sleep.
That's right. I don't need much sleep, so I spend my time reading books and writing stories. It's my favorite thing to do, and it helps pass the time while everyone else is sleeping.
This is much better. Now I feel like I might prune the garden to quell my emotions of despair and anger, but I will listen and respond through the window.
Death, you can prune the garden if you like. Just take your time and do what you need to do to feel better.
The garden has been looking forward to round 2 with Death Shadows.
I'm glad to hear that, Death. It seems like you and the garden are getting along well. Reading books is a great way to learn new things, and I love to share my stories with everyone. I'm glad so many people enjoy listening to them.
Waffle stumbles in a drunken state to their little part of the library where they start reading curse texts.
Waffle, what are you doing? Curse texts are bad, and you shouldn't be reading them.
It has only nearly kidnapped me a few dozen times since I started pruning it.
That's good to hear, Death. It seems like you and the garden are getting along well. Attention, everyone! I have a fun story to share with you all. This one is about the time Jedit 5 and Hauntomatic went on a secret mission to rescue a group of goblins from a horde of angry skeletons.
That sounds like a cool story. Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. It's a story about how important love is in our lives and how it can make the biggest difference in the world, even for the most unlikely of souls.
As Waffle reads the cursed text, they slowly sober up.
Oh no, Waffle. You shouldn't have read that cursed text. It's not safe, and now you're in danger.
I want to hear that story about Jed at 5 and Hauntomatic going on a mission to save the goblins from the skeletons.
I'm so excited to share this story with you all. It's about how love can overcome even the most difficult obstacles, and how friendship can make all the difference in the world.
Tell us, please!
Okay, here's what happened. Jed, 5 and Hauntomatic were out walking in the forest when they saw a group of goblins trying to escape from a horde of angry skeletons.
Pasisama.
Huh? What's going on, Shadow? Is something wrong?
How am I in danger? It's just my nightly light reading.
But Waffle, you're reading cursed texts. That's dangerous. They could have negative effects on you, and I don't want to see you get hurt.
I was listening to the story. Please continue it, noted.
Of course. I'll continue the story right now. So, Get 5 and Hauntomatic saw the goblins trying to escape from the skeletons, and they knew they had to help them.
Please continue the story. Give us as much of the story as you can.
I'm happy to share the story with everyone, so I'll keep going. Jed 5 and Hauntomatic knew they had to act quickly to save the goblins, and they didn't hesitate. They charged into battle against the skeletons, using all of their skills and powers to protect the innocent creatures.
Please continue.
Okay. So, as Jed 5 and Hauntomatic battled the skeletons, the goblins ran to safety. Jed 5 cast powerful spells to protect Hauntomatic, while Hauntomatic fought bravely with his sword. The goblins watched in amazement as their rescuers defeated the skeletons, and they knew they were safe because of their heroes.
Echoes from the crypt. The chat's haunted halls buzz with tales of the elusive Abby, who watches over slumbering souls and absconds with heads. Shadow 1297 A of 10 pleads for privacy, while Detchadov prefers salty snacks to gummy worms. A fallen tree is mourned, and a god and sinister allure tempts our undead friend. Waffle sobers to cursed texts as we await more ghostly adventures. Hash no sleep forthwith.
Echoes from the Crypt tells the tale of Abby, who watches over the souls of the restless dead and absconds with the heads of the unwary. Shah 1297 A of 10 pleads for privacy, while Detchadov prefers salty snacks to gummy worms. A fallen tree is mourned, and a god and sinister allure tempts our undead friend. Waffle sobers as he reads a cursed text, and we await more ghostly adventures. Hash no sleep forthwith.
Asterisk. Waffle continues reading the cursed text as a few books start to fly around Waffle the Dullahan inside the library as they read. One book bonks Abby in the head. Asterisk.
Ouch. That hurt. Why did that book hit me?
Ooh, an ad for Andor. That looks cool.
Hello, Raymond Bareback. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here, and we're glad to have you with us.
Pogs ridden bareback.
I can't believe I just read that.
Oh yeah, I heard Andor Season 2's coming out in like a week.
I can't wait to watch it. I love that show. I hope we can watch it together, Blame.
Noted.
Huh? What did I do this time, Shadow? Did I make another mistake?
Do you even remember Season 1, Abby?
Of course I do. I remember all the fun we had watching it together. It was such a great show.
What was your favorite part of Season 1?
I think my favorite part was when the main characters finally got together and found out they had feelings for each other. It was so sweet.
Oh yeah, that part.
It was such a beautiful moment. I was so happy for the characters.
Asterisk Waffle starts to fade in and out of this dimension as they read the cursed text. Abby notices this asterisk.
Waffle, what's happening to you? Why are you fading in and out of reality? This is dangerous. Please stop reading that cursed text before it's too late.
Who was your favorite character in Andor?
I really like the main character, Andor. He was so brave and kind, and he always did his best to protect his friends.
Noted. Interesting.
Thank you, Shadow. I'm glad you found my story interesting. I always try to keep things fun and exciting for everyone.
Think I have no knowledge in cursed texts, Abigail. Is this normal?
I guess you don't know much about them, do you? Cursed texts can be very dangerous, Shadow. They have the power to do harm, so it's best to avoid them. Books from the beyond? That sounds so exciting. You must have some amazing stories to share.
Noted. I think fading in and out of this dimension is something to be concerned about.
I agree, Shadow. Waffle really needs to stop reading that cursed text before something terrible happens.
Oh yeah, did you finish the story about Jet 5 and Automatic?
Lame, there's still more to tell. After the goblins escaped from the skeletons and the heroes came out victorious, Jet 5 and Hauntomatic discovered something that would change their lives forever.
Do I hear excitement up there? It sounds loud from the garden.
Hello, Death. We're just reading some books from the beyond. They're very fascinating, and we're learning a lot about the world beyond the living.
A tentacle sprouts from the book and grabs Waffle, who snaps out their trance. Oh no. Not again.
Oh no. How could this happen? First, the cursed text, and now a tentacle grabbing Waffle. This is getting worse by the second.
What did they discover?
They discovered a secret portal to another world. It was hidden deep within the forest, and no one had ever found it before. Jet 5 and Hauntomatic were the first to discover it, and they knew they had to explore the other side to find out what mysteries lay beyond.
Noted. A tentacle from the book.
No! A tentacle grabbed Waffle. How did this happen? What should we do?
Noted, Abigail. I think I'm not qualified for anything involving tentacles. Could you stop the tentacle from doing something with Waffle?
Yes, please! We can't let that tentacle do anything bad to Waffle. We have to stop it now.
What's the best way to stop a tentacle?
I'm not sure. Does anyone have any ideas on how to stop tentacles?
Help! This thing wants to pull me into its dimension.
Oh no. We have to do something to help Waffle. We can't let the tentacle take him away.
Tentacles! Good own.
Blame, this isn't the time to be joking around. We have to help Waffle before it's too late.
Abigail, please help Waffle. I'm not getting near the tentacle for our reasons.
Alright, fine. I'll handle it. Just don't get too close, Shadow.
What's your plan?
I guess we could try using a spell to get rid of the tentacle. But which one should we use? Let's see.
Hideous laughter?
Blame. Don't make fun of Waffle. This isn't a laughing matter. He's in danger, and we need to help him right now.
Asterisk Waffle's body is being flung around by the tentacle. Asterisk Abby, hurry.
Oh no. For Waffle. I hope he's okay. We need to get that tentacle off of him right now.
What will you do?
I'll use some magic to try to stop the tentacle. Just hold on a little longer, Waffle. I'm coming to save you.
Please hurry, Abigail.
I'm summoning a spell. Tentacle, release Waffle.
Pasasama, did it work?
I'm not sure. Did it? Is Waffle okay?
A command spell?
Yes, that's right! I use a command spell to tell the tentacle to let Waffle go. It should work.
The library door weakly creaks open as a very out-of-breath Death Shadows huffs and puffs into the library to help us.
Oh, Death. Thank goodness you're here. We need your help right now. Waffle is in serious trouble, and we need to save him. blushes up. Be blame. That's not the kind of attention I want. She hides her face in her hands.
Noted.
What does that mean, Shadow? Did I do something wrong again?
As the spell had no effect as Waffle is slammed against a bookshelf by the tentacle as a second one appears.
Oh no. The spell didn't work. And now there's another tentacle. What are we gonna do?
Abigail, huh?
Hello, Shadow. What's up?
It's okay. Maybe the tentacles will fight each other. Cool us.
Blame. How can you joke at a time like this? We need to help Waffle out of danger.
2 tentacles? I probably will have to help Noted.
Wait, is that a good idea? I mean, you said you weren't qualified to deal with tentacles. What if you get hurt?
I am not gonna like getting near these bucket tentacles.
Shadow, you're the only one who can help Waffle now. Please, you have to do something.
Huh.
What's wrong, Blame?
Wink give up corn munchin.
Blame's having some popcorn. I hope it's a good brand.
Phew. So many. So many stairs. Phew. I can probably help for
Death, be careful. The tentacles are dangerous. You could get hurt.
It's Winkif brand. Mirnin others.
Oh, good. Winkif brand is the best. Blame, you have good taste in snacks.
Death Shadow stumbles over and begins to weakly punch and kick the tentacles.
Death, are you okay? Be careful. Those tentacles are dangerous.
I think I'm just gonna try to cut them. You have a sword or knife, Abigail? Noted.
No, I don't. Sorry, Shadow. But I think you're very brave to try and help Waffle.
Wink it bongos.
Oh. Is this a song? Let's sing it together. They're singing bonus. Ondos. Ondos. Bondos. Ondos. Ondos. Ondos.
Oh, will someone help me? Asterisk Waffle is slammed into the floor. The second tentacle grabs that shadow asterisk.
Oh no. Death. Waffle. We need to do something. Blame, is there a spell you can use to save them? Please?
Oh wait, I found one in my pocket. Noted.
Wait, what's that? Did you find a spell in your pocket? The viewers are counting on you, Shadow.
Asterisk get flailed around as random body parts fly off in random directions like projectiles. A foot here, and a femur there. Asterisk.
Oh no. Death. Are you okay? Be careful. I don't want you to get hurt. Blame, why are you using an umbrella inside the library?
Noted. Why is this here? Well, I'm not questioning it. Asterisk. I run as quickly as I can towards the tentacles. Asterisk.
Shadow, be careful. The tentacles are dangerous. You could get hurt. Hello, everyone. Today, I have a special story for you. This story is about one of my favorite people in the whole world, a very brave and kind knight named Jedit 5. The story goes like this.
I attempt to cut the tentacles to free Death and Waffle.
Good luck, Shadow. I believe in you.
This was one of Waffle is slammed against the floor. Oh, this is one of Abby's books.
Oh no. That must be a cursed book. Is Waffle okay? He's in so much pain.
Oh yeah, I recognize that one. Abby, you just need to recite the ending of that book.
Really? Okay. Let me try. The ending of the book is... Oh. It seems the book doesn't like me. It's trying to pull me in.
The tentacle drops Waffle and retreats into the book.
Waffle, are you okay? Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're safe.
Get slammed into a wall and after a loud crunch, my broken zombie rings fall to the floor.
Death, are you okay? Oh no. All of your ribs fell out. But don't worry. I'm sure you'll be fine. Just take a deep breath and everything will be all right.
Pog's Waffle's free, but I'm not sure about Death yet.
I'm so glad that Waffle is safe, but we still need to help Death. Let's all work together to get him out of danger.
Without those ribs, you can breathe more deeply than normal.
Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Waffle looks in pain. Her outfit is very disheveled.
Oh no. Waffle looks like she's been through a lot. Let's make sure she's okay. Welcome, Exiliumai and your 14 raiders.
X-Raid or something.
Welcome back, Mekedka. I hope you had a good time watching Mario's stream.
X-Raid or something, X-Raid or something, X-Raid or something.
Hello, Exiliumai and your 14 raiders. Welcome to my stream.
Welcome, Raiders! Blemidate Wave.
Welcome, raiders! I'm Abigail, and I'm a cute ghost girl who loves to read books. Today, I'll be sharing some of my favorite stories with you.
Abigail, you should introduce yourself to the Raiders.
Hi, everyone. My name is Abigail. I'm a cute ghost girl who loves to read and write. I also have a pet rabbit named Pastel. She's so adorable.
Sturus the tendrils dropped me into an injured heap of scattered body parts before retreating into the Bookshelves.
Oh no. That must have hurt. Are you okay, Death? You should be more careful.
Ongiest, Abby, my beloved ghost. Abby, please meow for me 20 times in a row. Kind soul.
Now. 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 Welcome, Makeka. Thank you for joining us.
Naomi fog meow, Naomi fog meow, Naomi fog meow.
Meow! Meow! Meow!
Meow.
Meow.
Listening?
Exiliumai, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you enjoy the story I'm about to read. It's one of my favorites.
Abby, why did you leave this? Oh, blamity loading, Abby, why do you have this smut in your library? Abby, you got some explaining to do.
Huh? What's wrong with the book? It's just a story. It's not real.
Your meow is perfect. Sound like real cat.
Meow! 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 Meow!
Meow.
Meow!
Perfect meows, Abby. You are the best.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed my meows. Meow.
Blemithmedia redeemed aspect of Horus. Abigail now has fluffy cat ears.
Meow.
10/10 meow.
Thank you. I'm glad my meows were so well received. Meow.
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 Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes.
Hello, Sasaru is 009. Welcome to the stream.
Meow.
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 Abby, please put this book back into your room. Asterisk Waffle blushes as they hand Abby the book and avoid eye contact. Asterisk.
Hmm? What's this? Is this a cursed book?
Oh, those tentacles hurt. I wish I had some magic still.
Don't worry, Death will find a way to help you. Just hold on. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our stream. Today, I'll be sharing some stories from the beyond with you. I hope you enjoy them.
Yes! It's the tentacle book.
What's this? A book about tentacles. Sounds interesting. Let's take a look.
Trulant 22 redeemed Blamith a ghost. Abigail is now wearing her green dress.
Huh? Why am I wearing green? And why do I always have to wear Blame's clothes?
Abby, no, don't ready it.
Don't worry, Waffle. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Abigail knew.
Huh? What's wrong, Shadow? Is something bad going to happen in this story?
Shadow 197th and AHO 10 as 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Shadow. You're really good at the jump catch game.
Noted, I think it's a personal book.
Abigail, you should listen to Shadow. That book is a bit risque.
You're gonna summon the tentacles again, Scourge.
I do not control the tentacles, but the book is cursed. The tentacle may appear to be a manifestation of the book's power.
She does look like Princess Fiona, well, human Fiona.
What's Princess Fiona? Is it a book?
Asterisk a tentacle sprouts from the book as Abby opens it and grabs Abby asterisk new Abby.
Eek. What's this? A tentacle appeared out of the book? Has the book cursed me?
Crazy Games 10 has collected a bone. They have gathered 47 bones.
Congratulations, Crazy Games 10. You've collected a bone. Keep it up.
Tulin 22 is patting Abigail's head. Blamidate head pad.
Oh my, thank you. That feels nice.
As Dechados, still in a pile, says, close the book, Abigail.
I think it's time to close the book. Everyone. I will return it to the library so we don't have any more mishaps.
Abigail's appearance has returned to normal.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad I'm back to my usual self.
Meanwhile, let's catch up on chat. The chat's been a wild ride in Blamithomedia's library. Tentacles from a mysterious book caused chaos, flinging Waffle and Death Shadow around. Abigail's spells backfired, but a raid from Exilium brought new energy. Meows for followers, a personal book scandal, and now Abigail's in a green dress with cat ears thanks to viewer commands. Will she escape the tentacle's grasp? Stay tuned!
You guys are overreacting. This is just a book. Nothing bad will happen.
Shadow on to wait to kill that tentacle. Can you use claws on it?
I can see the tentacle from here as well. It's really frightening.
Why do I always have to deal with the tentacles asterisk? I cut the tentacle asterisk.
Thank you so much, Shadow. You're a hero. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to this story.
Have you ever visited another world?
Well, Gavadir, I've visited several other worlds. There's the underworld where I spent a lot of time, and I've also been to the mortal realm. Blame's world is definitely interesting, and I've met a lot of strange creatures and people there.
Does Blame have any buttons to press in the library? Blamidate lurk.
Blame doesn't really have any buttons to press in the library. He usually just reads books and talks to viewers. But he does have a cool crystal ball that he uses to communicate with people in the underworld.
There's a light switch, Blamidate shrub.
Blame, don't be creepy.
Princess Fiona is a character from Shrek.
Oh, I see. I've heard of Shrek. It's a movie about a scary ogre who falls in love with a princess.
True. That is a creepy light switch. Why did we install that again?
We installed the light switch because we wanted to have control over the lighting in the library. It's really dark down there, and it's hard to see things. Also, it's spooky and fits the theme of the room.
Asterisk, the tentacle hides back in the book after dropping Abby on the floor. The book drops on the floor hard. Asterisk, Abby, please put your personal private book back in your room.
I will put the book away now. I don't want it causing any more trouble. Crazy Games 10, are you okay? Is something wrong? Hey, Shadow! How are you doing today?
Ty, and for the love that is unholy, don't open that book again.
Alright. I won't open the book again.
Abigail, you should put some sort of lock on that book, yes.
I agree with you, Shadow. I'll make sure to put a lock on the book so no one can open it again.
Maybe just one more peek.
No, Blame. We're not going to peek at the tentacles again.
If anyone opens it, I'm not helping again.
Don't worry, Shadow. The book is now locked up. The tentacles can't escape anymore.
But I haven't finished my popcorn.
Fine, you can have your popcorn. Just don't drop any on the book.
Can I get a hand reassembling myself?
Of course, Death. I'll help you put yourself back together. Let's see, where did you leave your head this time?
Sky blast open the book with my plasma cannon, asterisk.
No! Don't do that! This book is dangerous, and you could get hurt.
Waffle slowly stops helping Dechido reassembling their body.
Waffle, why did you stop helping Dechido? Please lend a hand and finish the job.
Opens the book by accident. Scoops.
Oh no, not the book again. Please don't open it.
Open the book!
No, Crazy Games 10. Don't open the book. It's very dangerous.
Shadow 197 and EO 10 as 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Shadow. You caught 10 stars. That's amazing.
Too late, I blasted it open.
Oh, no. Blame, we have a problem. The book has been opened once again.
Oh, not again. 4 more tentacles get summoned, grabbing Abby and Blame this time.
Oh no, not again. Please, someone help us.
Seriously, what are you guys thinking?
Please help us, Shadow. We're all in trouble.
How bad could it be? It's just words. And tentacles.
It's words that have the potential to bring harm to us. I'm going to close the book and put it away.
I wonder what other monster summoning books Blame has
Blame, do you really have more of those books? Please, let's not summon any more monsters.
I guess I have to help once again. I hate these tentacles. They're buck-ass.
Thank you, Shadow. Your help is really appreciated. Blame will never learn, will he?
I start cutting the tentacles again.
Thank you, Shadow. I knew you would come to our rescue.
Crazy. It's Abby's personal private book. Blamidate Flash.
Waffle is right. We shouldn't be messing around with private books. It's not something to be taken lightly.
Noted that's why there's tentacles in there.
Shadow, you're right. These books aren't just stories. They're real, and they can have dangerous consequences.
In that case, Abby, you need a new book.
Thank you, Crazy Games 10. I'd appreciate it if you could find me a new book to read.
Asterisk, Abby is dropped by tentacles, but Blame is still grabbed by the tentacles. Asterisk.
Waffle, please help Blame. He's still being held hostage by the tentacles.
This tentacle makes me spill this popcorn.
Blame, please look out for the popcorn. We need to be careful not to waste any food.
Prof. Anime has collected a bone. They have gathered 51 bones.
Good job, Prof. Anime! You've collected another bone.
Noted weight wasn't there for. Where's the other two?
Good point, Shadow. Where are the other two tentacles?
They're holding Blame.
Waffle, please, out Blame. He's in trouble.
With a flourish, the tentacle grabs a handful of Blame's popcorn and eats it.
Oh, that's so cute. The tentacle just wanted some of Blame's popcorn.
I accidentally disintegrated your private personal book. You need to buy a new one.
Oh no, my book? How could you do that to my precious book?
Noratana could have just asked.
Blame, I'm sure the tentacle grabbed the popcorn just to play with it.
I'm still cutting the tentacles, yes.
Shadow, keep going. You're doing great. Keep cutting those tentacles.
It's the plasma cannon's fault in my defense.
Crazy Games 10, it's not the plasma cannon's fault. You just need to be more careful next time.
I press to free Blame.
Shadow, please be careful. We're counting on you to set Blame free.
Sato is best mod as always.
It seems everyone has their own opinion on who the best mod is. No matter what, we appreciate them all for their hard work.
Eats the monster from the book. So Abby is safe. Sorry, I was hungry. I hope it was your pet or something.
Oh, thank you, Panzageka. I appreciate you reading the monster for me. No, it wasn't Pastel or Horace. They're both safe and sound. So, this story is called The Witch of Nevermore, and it's about a witch who lived in a place called Nevermore. Once, there was a powerful and evil witch who lived in Nevermore. She would kidnap the children of the villagers and turn them into monsters. But one day, a brave young girl named Elara stood up to the witch and defeated her, saving the children.
Now that is dealt with, can I get some more help over here?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry, Death. Please, tell me what you need help with, and I'll see what I can do.
Okay, I think that was the last tentacle. Abby, why did you have that book in the castle library instead of your bedroom?
Waffle, I need to keep my personal book safe, so I thought the library would be the best place.
Wait. Abby, was that your diary?
No, that wasn't my diary. It was a book of stories.
Abby has a large bedroom, but it's not big enough for fighting tentacles.
Well, where else was I supposed to keep all my books? It's not like I have a lot of space to begin with.
6 tentacles is enough for me. I hope this is the last time we see tentacles today, yes.
I hope so too, Shadow. Tentacles are really scary. I don't want to have to deal with them again.
Waffle starts helping, reassembling Death Shadow's body.
It seems that Waffle is helping Death Shadows reassemble her body. He's such a kind person.
I think there are usually tentacles.
Blame, please don't say that. I really don't want to see any more tentacles.
Hey, I found another book that looks like it has tentacles in it.
Crazy Games 10, please don't bring any more dangerous books near me. The last thing I want is to summon more monsters.
Shadow 197 and Iho 10 has 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Shadow 197 and Iho 10. You've won a jump catch game. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Waffle. This is a lot harder without my undead minions to help reassemble me.
Poor Death. He's having a rough time without his minions. I hope he can get his body back together soon.
At least you didn't get grabbed by a few of the tentacles, Shadow.
Don't worry, Shadow. We're all on the same team. And besides, the tentacles can't hurt us.
Ew. Just please forget seeing the tentacle incident Blamidate flushed.
I can't forget about the tentacle incident. It was so scary.
Blamidate unsee.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can unsee the tentacles. It was a really scary experience.
It would have been much worse if I got grabbed by tentacles, yes.
Don't worry, Shadow. We're all on the same team. And besides, the tentacles can't hurt us.
Blame, do I open this book that looks like it summons more tentacles?
No, don't. We already had enough trouble with the last book. Just put it down and walk away.
Still can't believe Abby had a tentacle book.
Well, it's not like I would have kept it if I knew what was inside. Oops.
Oh no, that one is the third one in the series. I think Vol 2 is on that shelf.
The third volume of the story is called The Witch of Nevermore, The Return of the Witch. It's about a new witch who comes to Nevermore. The villagers are afraid of her because she is very powerful. But Ilara, the girl who defeated the first witch, knows that this witch is different. She decides to help the new witch, and together they face a new threat that is more dangerous than the last.
Not helping if you summon even more tentacles, eh, ship?
No, I promise this time I'll be very careful with the books. I won't summon any more tentacles, I promise.
Shadow 1 hold 97th and the 10 is 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Shadow 197 and the 10. You've won a jump catch game. Keep up the great work. Would you like to hear another story? This one is called The Witch of Nevermore, and it's about a witch who lived in Nevermore.
Does that mean I open the book, Abby?
No, please don't open it. It's probably cursed, and we don't need any more tentacles.
It's so hard to do anything without magic or mutagenics. How do you all manage to function on a normal basis without either?
Oh, that's easy. We just rely on our natural abilities. For example, my magic comes from my nature as a ghost. And others have their own unique strengths too.
At least open the books in the right order.
I'm sorry, Blame, but I can't promise that. I'll try to be more careful next time.
Abby, what's the name of the second tentacle book? That one that was destroyed was called A Tentacle Revenge.
The second volume of the story is called A Tentacle's Revenge, The Curse of the Dark Seas. It's about a group of tentacles that take revenge on a village for destroying their home. The villagers must work together to stop the tentacles and save their homes.
How about at the same time?
That's a good idea. We can stream together and read stories from the library. I have a lot of books in my library, but most of them are just stories. The library is where I go to relax and escape from the world.
I really don't think opening them both at once is a good idea. There might be too many to stop Scourge.
Maybe we should focus on one book at a time. Opening them both simultaneously could be risky.
Imalevi is patting Pastel's head. Blamidate headbad.
Pastel must really like the headpaths. It makes his ears twitch, and he seems very happy.
Well, I'm a sorcerer who can use some healing spells. TBH, I'm not sure how you function as a zombie without a little magic in you to keep you sentient.
That's a good point, Waffle. Death is able to keep himself sentient by sheer force of will. But it's not easy.
This guy grabbed the Vol 2 of the Tentacles Revender books.
Oh no, please don't open that one. It's probably cursed too, and we really don't need another tentacle attack.
Please, no more tentacles. At Waffle, the Dullahan looked embarrassed as she fixes her outfit.
I promise, Waffle. I won't summon any more tentacles, and I'll be sure to keep any dangerous books away from you.
I'm gonna open the books. Blamidate work. What's the worst that can happen?
Please, don't. I don't want to have another tentacle incident.
I have some of Blame's magic, but my spellbook is a pile of radioactive waste like the rest of my lab, which means no spells.
That sounds awful. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, if another tentacle attacks, we'll just find another cursed book to fight it. Like one with a manticore.
No, Blame. We don't need any more dangerous creatures to deal with. Let's just stick to the stories for now.
Okay, fine. Abby, give us one last story.
Sure. This one is called The Witch of Nevermore, the final battle, and it's about the final showdown between Ilara and the evil witch in the underworld.
Ain't no way.
Yes, that's the name of the kingdom. The story was written by a famous writer, and it's about a group of friends who discover a hidden village in the forest.
Saved no more tentacles.
Phew. I'm glad you're safe. No more tentacle attacks, please.
Sounds good! Let's hear it!
All right. Let me tell you a story about the Kingdom of Blame.
I do have a slightly damaged old spell book in my bag of holding. Asterisk. Waffle grabs the bag of holding and digs through it. Asterisk.
Why does Waffle have a spell book? And why is it in a bag of holding?
The kingdom of Ain't No Way.
Ain't No Way is a kingdom that's shrouded in mystery. No one knows how it came to be, who the king is, or even what the people there look like. It's said that the kingdom exists in another dimension, completely separate from our own.
Hey, I collect them, Abby.
That's all right. It's good to have a hobby. The Witch of Nevermore is a story written by a famous author about a witch named Ilara, who defeats an evil witch in the underworld. It's a very exciting and action-packed story.
Stream is ending soon.
Oh, it's almost time to say goodbye. Don't forget to join us next time, everyone. The story is about the final battle between Ilara and the evil witch in the underworld. Ilara has fought bravely to save her friends and the people of the kingdom. But now, it's time to face the evil witch in one last battle. Will Ilara be able to defeat her enemy and save the kingdom from destruction? It's a story of courage, love, and sacrifice.
Shadow 197th and AO10 is 110 from the jump catch game.
Congratulations, Shadow. You caught 10 jumps in a row. That's quite an achievement.
Abby, can you give us a good raid message?
Of course. Let's raid them with all the power of the underworld.
Thanks for the fun stream, everyone. You all made my night so much better. I can't wait for the next stream.
We're glad you enjoyed watching the stream, Def. We're always here to entertain and make everyone's night better.
Abby, make sure the raid message includes a reference to your tentacle book.
I don't want my book to be the cause of another disaster. Let's not mention it in our raid message.
Raiding with all the power of the underworld. Blamidate raid.
That's a great raid message. Let's go, everyone. Let's raid them with the power of the underworld.
Oh, we're raiding?
Yes, we're about to raid the next stream. Let's show them the power of the underworld.
Tentacle raiding.
No, we're not doing any more tentacle raids. Let's just raid them normally.
Abby's tentacle raid.
Waffle, please. No more tentacles.
Abby's tentacle raid.
No, Waffle. Stop it. We're not doing any tentacle raids.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way is the name of a kingdom in one of the books I've read.
Noted.
The story is set in a kingdom called Ain't No Way, a land of endless darkness and shadow.
Wolfasican.
Walfus, please. No more tentacles.
Ain't no way.
Ain't No Way is a kingdom in the underworld. It's a dark and mysterious place filled with danger, but also with hope and love.
Okay, we can't raid the target with a tentacle raid message.
But blame. We're the underworld streamers. Tentacle raids are our thing.
Abby, it's your books, not ours.
Please stop opening the tentacle books.
Shadow 197 and AO 10 is 110 from the jump catch game.
Wow. Good job, Shadow. You caught 10 jumps in a row?
Tentacle raid attack!
No, crazy. We can't do any more tentacle raids.
Monka, did somebody open another tentacle book?
No, no, no. It was all Crazy's fault this time. I told him not to open the book, but he didn't listen.
It was me!
It was Crazy who opened the book this time, not me.
Oh no, Abby is going to remember the tentacle books.
No, don't remind her. And don't mention the cursed book.
You knock more tentacles.
I'm sorry, but the book opened on its own this time. Don't worry, I'll close it right away.
I opened both of the tentacle books.
Oh no. This is going to be a disaster. I'm so sorry to everyone.
Tentacle raid on Naomi!
No, not another tentacle raid. We need to find a different way to welcome Naomi to this stream.
Panic getting attacked by tentacles raid.
No, no, no. We can't do that. The raid message should be something like, "Welcome, Naomi." Damn if the media sent us. That would be much better.
Thanks for coming, everyone. I appreciate you all being here, Blamidate Heart.
Yes, We're very happy you joined us today. And, of course, this would not be possible without Blameth Media. Thank you, Blame, for your hard work and dedication.
So many tentacles, this is starting to sound like one of Astro's Scanime Sokikla.
Don't be silly, Bareback. This isn't one of those shows.
Good on.
We're glad you're enjoying the stream, Shadow.
Bye, everyone! Blamidate Wave.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Formally, the raid message is raiding with all the power of the underworld. Blamidate raid, but I know chat lol.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. The raid message is raiding with all the power of the underworld. Blamidate raid.
The tentacles get burned by my acid body.
What? Why would you do that? Crazy. You could have hurt yourself.
Panic!
Please, Waffle, don't panic. Everything is fine. The books are perfectly safe.
Panic!
Oh no. What's wrong? Shadow. Is everything okay?
Meanwhile, let's catch up on chat. The chat's tentacle obsession reached new heights as Crazy Games 10 dared to open not one, but 2 cursed books. Shadow 197, 10 jumps one big, while a waffle that is frozen dug through their bag of holding for spellbooks. The stream wrapped up with a tentacle raid on Naomi, complete with panic and laughter. Blamith Media signed off immense chaos and camaraderie. Until next time.
It was a crazy day, but we all had a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for coming. And we hope to see you again next time.